Hi students, welcome back to Alphonse e-learning YouTube class for MSET. Okay, our main topic is actually vectors. Okay, this is the session number 21. Okay, so yesterday we learned about the concept which is related to scalar product of two vectors, and also have to discuss some problems on yesterday based on the concept of dot product of two vectors. Again, I have to give few more problems based on this product only, product or dot product of two vectors only. That's why. Yeah, please all of you note on this question. That means what is the problem I am giving? Let us say if A1 bar and A2 bar, A1 bar and A2 bar are the two non-collinear unit vectors, which are inclined at how much angle? 60 degrees to each other. Then find the value of A1 bar minus A2 bar dot 2A1 bar plus A2 bar, 2A1 bar plus A2 bar. Okay, that means here what I am doing is, here A1 bar and A2 bar are the two non-linear collinear vectors. That means here listen carefully. So non-linear collinear unit vectors means the magnitude of both vectors is always 1. Okay, and both are inclined by 60 degrees. Means before going to the solution, I have to write the condition for this non-collinear. Collinear means the two vectors which are confined to same straight line. Okay, then the vectors are said to be collinear vectors. Here non-collinear means the two vectors which are not confined to same straight line, means they are in different directions. Right? Okay. Now here what is the condition? Magnitude of A1 bar is equal to magnitude of A2 bar, which is equal to how much? 1 as per the condition. Again, what is the angle here? Theta is equal to 60 degrees given. Now I have to find this dot product of this subtraction of vectors and addition of vectors as per this data. I have to take this value A1 bar minus A2 bar dot, again how much it is? 2A1 bar plus A2 bar, 2A1 bar plus A2 bar. But we know as per the concept, the properties of dot product of two vectors, the dot product of two like vectors is always 1, and the dot product of two unlike vectors like orthogonal vectors is always 0, like I cap dot I cap 1, I cap dot j cap 0. Okay, like this. That means the dot product of two orthogonal vectors 0, the dot product of two like vectors like parallel vectors is always 1. Now listen carefully. According to that properties, here A1 bar is there, here 2A1 bar. By taking the dot product of these two vectors, means how much it is here. So my multiplications of coefficients, like both are like vectors, means how much? 2 A1 square. Now here how much it is? Again, so multiply this A1 bar with A2 bar also, plus again as per the condition of dot product of two different vectors, means how much it is? Yeah, A1 A2 cos theta, means A1 bar dot A2 bar can be denoted by, as per the dot product of two vectors, means magnitude of A1 into magnitude of A2 into cos theta again. So this minus A2 bar can be multiplied with this factor, means how much it is? Minus, again how much it is? 2 A1 A2 cos theta, again this is how much? Minus A2 how much? Minus A2 square. Now I have to substitute the values in place of A1 A2, nothing but magnitude is how much? 1. That means how much it is? 2. Here plus how much it is? Minus A1 A2 cos theta, means 1 into cos theta. Why? Because here plus A1 A2 cos theta, here minus 2A1 A2 cos theta. That means minus A1 A2 cos theta, means magnitude is 1 into cos theta, means how much? Cos 60 degrees, minus again A2 square, nothing but 1. How much it is again? 2 minus 1, again minus cos 60. That means how much it is? 1 minus cos 60. Cos 60 means 1 by 2. Means 1 minus 1 by 2, how much the answer? 1 by 2. That means by the multiplication of, by the dot product of A1 bar minus A2 bar dot 2A1 bar plus A2 bar, how much this value I am getting? 1 by 2. So this type of problems can be done by this method. Okay, or by doing this method. Okay. First, in order to solve this question, first you have to remember one thing: the dot product of like vectors is always 1. The dot product of here two different vectors like A1 A2, which are inclined to certain angle, means modulus of A1 bar into modulus of A2 bar into cos theta, as per the dot product of two different vectors. Okay, so this is the method. So I have to explain one more problem based on this condition only, that is in different way. Now please all of you write down the problem also. Now all of you write down this question. One more problem based on the dot product. Let us say if A bar and B bar, if A bar and B bar are two vectors, two unit vectors such that A bar plus 2B bar, A bar plus 2B bar and 5A bar minus 4B bar, 5A bar minus 4B bar are perpendicular to each other, then find the angle between A bar and B bar. So this is the question I am giving. Okay. Now here what I am giving is, here A bar and B bar are the two unit vectors. Again I am giving A bar and B bar also two unit vectors. Unit vector means magnitude of A bar and B bar is always 1. Now such that A bar plus 2B bar is one vector and 5A bar minus 4B bar is also another vector. Now these two vectors are perpendicular. Perpendicular means orthogonal, means what is the angle between them? 90. Now each other. Then find the angle between A bar and B bar. If the two vectors are perpendicular, means what is the dot product of two vectors? Is always 0. That means here, according to the situation, I have to take this condition. So before going to solution, I have to take this. Means both are perpendicular, means A bar plus 2B bar dot, how much it is? Again 5A bar minus 4B bar, which is equal to 0 as per the condition. Now we know already what is the dot product of two like vectors is always 1. Means how much it is? First term is 5A square. 5A square. Why? Because both are same physical quantities. A cap dot A cap means, or A bar dot A bar means A square. Okay, listen carefully. And I cap dot I cap also, I square nothing but 1. That means listen carefully. Here A bar dot 5A bar means 5A square. Next again A bar multiplied by minus 4B bar means minus 4AB cos theta. 4AB cos theta, again plus this. By multiplying this one, how much? 10 into AB into cos theta. Here B bar and A bar. B bar and A bar also same thing as per the commutator. A bar and B bar is equal to B bar and A bar. That's why here I am taking, this is the 10. By multiplying this to 10 AB cos theta. Again minus 8B square is equal to 0. But we know, since what is the value? Magnitude of A bar is equal to magnitude of B bar is equal to how much? 1. Means magnitude of two unit vectors is always 1. As per the situation, I have to substitute the values of magnitude of A bar and magnitude of B bar here. Here 5 minus 4 cos theta. How much? Again plus 10 cos theta. Again minus 8, which is equal to 0. That means how much? Again 6 cos theta minus 3 is equal to 0. That means 6 cos theta is equal to how much? 3. That means cos theta is equal to how much? 3 by 6, nothing but 1 by 2. If therefore I am getting how much it is? Cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 means what about the value of theta? Therefore theta is equal to 60 degrees. Okay. So this is the method to find the angle between the two vectors A bar and B bar by taking the dot product of given vectors like A bar and A bar plus 2B bar and 5A bar minus 4B bar. So this is the situation. Okay. So these are the actual problems which are related to dot product of two vectors. Now I have to go with cross product of two vectors. How to do the product in between the two vectors as per the cross, means cross product or cross symbol. Now listen carefully. So it is also important. Okay students, the students who are able to return the examination on Sunday based on these YouTube classes means the actual syllabus is applications of Lami's theorem and the dot product of two vectors. Only applications of Lami's theorem with tangent law and dot product of two vectors only. Okay, this cross product belongs to the next week. Okay, right. Now I have to go with cross product of two vectors. Write down all of you. cross product of two vectors or cross product of vectors, simply cross product of vectors, or sometimes it can be denoted by vector product also. Vector product. This means in the previous class means the dot product of two vectors is always a scalar. The dot product of two vectors is always a scalar. That's why that is nothing but the scalar product. But in this session, listen carefully, cross product of two vectors or vector product means the product in between the two vectors is always gives a vector. That means here what I am giving is, listen carefully, I have to take two vectors, like let us say this is A bar I am taking, and two inclined vectors, let us say this is B bar. Both are inclined by how much angle theta? Both are inclined by how much angle theta? Now listen carefully. I have to define the cross product in between the two inclined vectors, which are inclined by angle theta. Now how to do this one as per the concept of dot product only? Now it is represented by cross symbol, means here the cross product of two vectors A bar and B bar can be denoted by A bar cross B bar. A bar cross B bar. So which is defined as the product of, listen carefully, as per the definition, which is defined as the product of magnitude of A bar and magnitude of B bar and sine angle between them into n cap. Here listen carefully. So the cross product of two vectors is always a vector. Why? Listen carefully here. Magnitude of A bar and magnitude of B bar and sine angle between them. These three, product of this magnitude of A bar and magnitude of B bar and sine angle. So this term which becomes a scalar. Why? Because so magnitude of any vector is also a scalar. Magnitude of any vector is also scalar. Why? Because it is having one magnitude. Sin theta also having scalar. Scalar into scalar into scalar, nothing but a scalar. That's why here I am taking n cap. N cap is the unit vector. N cap is the unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing A bar and B bar. Which is perpendicular to plane containing A bar and B bar. Now what is the actual definition? Listen carefully. Here I am writing the definition, that is, it is the product of magnitudes of both vectors on sine angle between them. Listen carefully, where n cap, n cap is the unit vector. N cap is the unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors, plane containing the vectors A bar and B bar. Now how to find this n cap? Means listen carefully. So after writing this definition, I have to explain how to find the direction of n cap. Listen carefully. That means, what is the actual definition? Please tell me again. The cross product of any two vectors is nothing but it is the product of magnitudes of both vectors and sine angle. This is the sine angle between them, and where n cap is the unit vector which is perpendicular to the plane containing two vectors, like so. Suppose if A bar and B bar which is confined to the plane of this board, and what is the direction of n cap? It is perpendicular to the plane containing A bar and B bar, like this. This is outside the board or sometimes inside the board only. Okay, that can be discussed by using certain rules. Listen carefully, all of you. Now how to define this direction of n cap? Listen carefully. By rotating the vector A bar which is along B bar. Now let us say, for example, so in order to determination of direction of n cap, to find the direction of n cap. So in order to find the direction of n cap, actually there are two methods are there. First one is right hand thumb rule, other one is cork screw rule. Cork screw rule also. Listen carefully. First one is right hand thumb rule. What is meant by right hand thumb rule means, listen carefully. So these are the two inclined vectors like A bar vector and B bar vector which are inclined by certain angle. Now, so this is the right hand. Okay, the four fingers of the right hand which are placing in the direction of A bar, and these four fingers which are rotating towards B bar. Means I have to find the value of A bar cross B bar. Product of A bar vector with B bar means I have to rotate the vector of A bar towards B bar means the vector A bar which is rotating in anti-clockwise sense. Anti-clockwise sense means the vector A bar means the four fingers which are rotating towards B bar means the thumb gives the direction of n cap. Means the thumb which is in the what direction? It is in the direction which is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Okay, that means it is outside the board, means just like positive z direction. Okay, now that means here what happens to this? Let us say this can be diagram as A bar plus B bar. Okay, so this is nothing but A bar plus B bar. So nothing but n cap also. Listen carefully. Now that means this A bar cross B bar vector is in the direction of unit vector only. That means the unit vector is in the direction of A bar plus B bar. So that means A bar is rotating towards B bar in anti-clockwise direction means this A bar plus B bar which gives in positive z direction. Positive z direction means outside the board. For example, again this B bar vector means the four fingers of this right hand which are placing along this B bar, and these four fingers which are rotating towards A bar in clockwise sense. What is the direction of this thumb? It is inside the board. Means what happens? Listen carefully again. Suppose this B bar which is rotating towards A bar, means what is the direction here? Here I am representing A bar plus B bar is just like outside the board. Outside the board is not possible, which is representing on board because the board is two dimensional. Okay, here z direction is three dimensional. That's why here I am making in this way. This is upward A bar plus B bar, just like positive z direction, and inside the board is nothing but B bar plus A bar. So let us say what is the angle between these two? As per the situation, the A bar plus B bar is anti-parallel to the B bar plus A bar. Means what the angle here? 180 degrees. 180 degrees means both having equal magnitude but in opposite direction. Listen carefully. So from this I have to discuss the properties. Means rules of this product of these two vectors as per the cross. Okay. So I have to discuss the properties of cross product as per this situation. That means listen carefully. That means according to the right hand thumb rule, we have to define the direction of n cap. That means if A bar which is rotating towards B bar means it is in positive z direction, means outside the board, like this as per right hand thumb rule. Okay. And suppose this B bar vector which is rotating towards A bar means it is inside the board. Thumb is inside the board. That means negative z direction. That is representing in downward direction here. Okay. So this is the method to determine the value of n cap in this case. Now, otherwise one more rule is there. That means cork screw rule. Cork screw rule. Listen carefully. If I am taking a cork means you have to observe like this. Like, let us say this is a screw I am taking. So this is the screw. It can be taken a screw like this. This is the screw. Okay. Now this screw which is placing on the board. Listen all of you. So this is A bar vector, one vector I am taking, and this is B bar vector I am taking. Listen all of you. So angle between the two vectors is A bar and B bar is theta. That means the angle between A bar and B bar vectors are theta. That means what I am doing is, let us say, if I am placing a screw like this, let us say this can be taken a screw, and what I am doing is I am applying the force like this. That means clockwise direction means I have to rotate the fingers like this. That means these are the two fingers like two vectors, these vectors are rotating in clockwise sense. Clockwise sense means that what is the direction of screw? It is inside the board or outside the board? Suppose it is rotating in a clockwise sense, the screw which is passing into the board. Suppose these vectors are rotating in anti-clockwise sense, the screw which is passing in outside the board. Like, okay, I'll give one more example to you. Like, yeah, for example, suppose I am taking, this is the water bottle I am taking. So what I am getting, let us say I am using two vectors which are moving like anti-clockwise sense. That means these two vectors are rotating in anti-clockwise sense. What is the direction of cap? This cap of the body, it is moving upward. Upward means positive z direction. Suppose this cap is rotating in clockwise sense by using two vectors. What is the direction of this one? It is moving inside. Inside means downward direction, means negative z direction. Okay? Are you clear? That means if the two vectors which are rotating in anti-clockwise sense, that means here the rotation of A bar towards B bar. Rotation of vector A bar towards B bar means what is the direction of this one? Listen carefully. Due to the rotation of A bar towards B bar means what is the direction of this one? A bar plus B bar. So this is the direction of n cap. N cap is always in the direction of A bar plus B bar only as per the direction, as per the definition. Suppose if B bar is rotating towards A bar means this is the resultant. Means B bar cross A bar. Okay. So this is the method. Okay. That means if the screw which is placing on the board and it can be rotated clockwise means it is inside moving inside the board. And suppose if it can be rotated in anti-clockwise sense means it is moving away from the board like positive z direction and negative z direction. Okay, this is the method to determine the direction of A bar plus B bar. Direction of A bar plus B bar. Okay, are you clear all of you? That means from this diagrams, what is the angle between this A bar plus B bar and B bar plus A bar? 180 degrees. That means both having magnitude equal, but both are oriented in opposite directions. That means here both are not equal. That means listen carefully. As per the properties, as per these two diagrams, so it doesn't follows commutative law. It doesn't follows commutative law. What is meant by commutative law? It is already discussed in dot product of vectors, two vectors. Listen carefully. So I have to discuss the properties or laws of this cross product. So all of you listen carefully. Properties. The first property. It doesn't obey commutative law. What is meant by commutative law? In a dot product, we have to take in this way. In dot product, it obeys the commutative law like it. So this is the commutative law in dot product. Dot product obeys the commutative law, but the cross product doesn't obey the commutative law. Why? Because these are oriented in opposite direction. Means that is, what is the formula here? Listen carefully. So here that is A bar cross B bar, which is not equal to B bar cross A bar. Why? Because this B bar cross A bar can be written as, that is, therefore B bar cross A bar is equal to minus of A bar cross B bar. Is it clear all of you? That means both having equal magnitude but which are oriented in opposite direction. That's why here we got minus. That's why both are not equal. And the second property, means second law is it doesn't obeys. It doesn't obeys associative law also. It doesn't obeys associative law. That means here listen carefully. So A bar cross B bar cross C bar, which is equal to not equal to, which is not equal to A bar cross B bar cross C bar. Okay, it doesn't obey associative law, and this can be proved by taking certain vectors by the properties, remaining properties. So this can be discussed later. Now again, it obeys distributive law. So these are the three basic class of this cross product. That means here I am taking three vectors, A bar cross like B bar plus C bar, which is equal to, so this can be written as A bar cross B bar plus A bar cross C bar. So listen carefully, these are the three basic properties of cross product. That means cross product doesn't obey the commutative law as well as associative law, and this cross product which obeys the distributive law. That is, what is the distributive law here? If I am taking the three vectors means A bar cross B bar plus C bar is equal to A bar plus B bar plus A bar plus C bar. So this is, so these are the basic three properties of cross product. Okay. Next I have to discuss the remaining properties of cross product. How the cross product of two vectors are changing, when the two vectors are parallel, and what about the result for anti-parallel vectors, and what about the result of cross product two vectors for orthogonal vectors, like that. Okay. Now listen carefully. I have to discuss the remaining properties based on this cross product. So for parallel vectors, what happens to the cross product for parallel vectors? Please tell me. Yeah, what is the value of cross product to vectors plus parallel vectors? Yeah, fourth property for parallel vectors. For parallel vectors, what is the angle between them? 0 degrees. What is the angle between them? 0 degrees. Yeah, listen carefully. For example, if I am taking two vectors, this is A bar and this is some B bar, which are in the same direction, like collinear or parallel, whatever it may be, theta is equal to 0 degrees. Now both are in same direction. Means what is the angle between them? Here 0. Means what is the cross product of these two vectors? Please tell me about this property. Yeah, I have to define from this. Let us say A bar cross B bar is equal to, as per the situation, yeah, modulus of A bar into modulus of B bar into how much it is? Sin theta into how much it is? N cap. So as per the definition, listen carefully, modulus of A bar into modulus of B bar into sin, what is the angle between them? 0 into N cap. Sin 0 how much? Sin 0 always 0. Sin 0 is always 0. That means here what happens to this value? 0 into something, any vector is nothing but 0 only. That means here what happens to this one? A bar cross A bar, A bar cross B bar how much? A bar cross B bar, which is equal to 0. That means the cross product of two like vectors is always 0, or the cross product of two parallel vectors is always 0. That's why I have to take one more example. For this one, I have to take two like vectors, like these are the two unit vectors which are passing along the positive x-axis. Then what is the cross product of these two as per the definition? I have to find the I cap cross I cap. Here, as per the definition, what is the value? Modulus of I cap into, again, how much it is? Modulus of I cap into, again, sin 0 into N cap. So that is equal to also how much? 0. That is, what is the final conclusion? I cap cross I cap is equal to how much? Again 0. That means again, this is also same thing for J cap also. And K cap cross K cap also how much? 0. That means what is your final conclusion? The cross product of two like vectors is always 0. The cross product of two like vectors is always 0. Or the cross product of two parallel vectors is always 0. So this is. Yeah, please all of you write down this very important situation. Result. So this is about the cross product of two parallel vectors. Okay. Next I have to do with the anti-parallel vectors also. That means this is the fifth property. Now I have to go with the anti-parallel vectors. Fifth point. For anti-parallel vectors. Anti-parallel vectors. So what is the meaning of anti-parallel vectors? It's the two vectors which are oriented in opposite directions. Two different vectors which are oriented in opposite directions. Let us say this can take as A bar and this can take as B bar. So both vectors which are oriented in opposite direction are same line, or sometimes you can take like this also. So these are the representation of two anti-parallel vectors. Then what is the angle between them here? Theta is equal to how much? As per the definition of types of vectors, 180 degrees. That means the angle for two anti-parallel vectors is always 180. That means what is the resultant? Means I have to find the cross product of these two vectors for two anti-parallel vectors. That means as per the definition, modulus of A bar into, yes, modulus of B bar into again sin 180. Sin 180 into N cap. Okay. Now listen carefully. Modulus of A bar into, again modulus of B bar into sin 180 also 0. Sin 0 0, sin 180 0, sin integral multiple of n pi 0. That means where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. That means sin integral multiple of pi is 0. That means sin n pi is 0. Where we are taking n is equal to 0, means sin 0 0, sin, here we are taking in place of n, 1 2 we have to take. Means in place of n, if we have to take the value of 1, means sin pi 0, sin 180 0. And for example, if n is equal to 2, what happens to the sin 2 pi? Sin 2 pi means sin 360 also 0. Means sin integral multiples of pi is always 0. That means according to this result, what happens to this value? Sin 180 also 0 means in N cap, that is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Okay, that means again here what happens to the cross product of these two anti-parallel vectors is also 0. That means here I am taking another example for this one. This is I cap, this is again minus I cap, two anti-parallel vectors. Means what happens, I am taking, let us say I cap cross minus I cap. What happens to this one? Again, as per the definition, I cap modulus I cap into modulus of minus I cap into again cos, how much it is, sin 180 into n cap. 180 into n cap. We know already sin 180 how much? Sin 180 is 0. That means 0 into something is 0. Therefore, what is your conclusion? The cross product of two anti-parallel vectors I cap cross minus I cap is equal to j cap cross minus j cap is equal to, listen carefully. Again k cap cross minus k cap is also, this is minus I cap I am writing here, k cap cross minus k cap is also 0. That means the cross product of two like vectors and anti-like vectors means the cross product of two parallel vectors and two anti-parallel vectors is always 0. Okay. Now, what about this cross product for orthogonal vectors? What about this cross product for orthogonal vectors? Yeah, please all of you write down these points also. These are very important. Okay. Right. Now, I have to discuss the cross product of two vectors when the vectors are perpendicular. Okay, that can be discussed later. First, you have to observe the properties of the basic properties of the cross product like commutative, associative, and distributive laws, and what about the result of cross product of two vectors when the vectors are parallel and anti-parallel. Okay, tomorrow I will discuss about the remaining properties. Right, thank you.